We've got a wild pattern setting up across the country. Temperatures are surging into the 70s and even into the 80s across the south, fueling a multi-day severe weather outbreak with tornado potential. While at the exact same time, Alberta clippers are diving across parts of the Great Lakes, Minnesota, and Canada. These clippers are going to dump rounds of heavy snow. This will bring the potential for warm air crashing into cold air, a powerful jet stream overhead, and multiple storm systems reloading this pattern for days. So in this video, I'm breaking down who sees severe storms and who sees accumulating snow and how long this stretch lasts. Let's start off with our SPC outlook. This is for today, and we do have a marginal risk over places of Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, St. Louis, Missouri. All those places are in the threat for some severe thunderstorms today. I think our main threat is hail, and if you guys have noticed, they did change the threat for hail, tornadoes, and wind. They actually added this new thing called hatched risks now. So this basically tells the severity or the intensity of the hail, the wind, the tornadoes, and then the probability tells us the likeliness of that. And we do have a hatched risk over here. I actually already memorized this. This is these people in this hatched risk are likely to see 2.5 inch in diameter hail. So if you guys get any hail in that zone, you guys are very likely to see 2.5 inch in diameter hail. That is about a tennis ball sized hailstone. So probably like that big. It's huge. So definitely watch out for that. Wind less than 5%. Tornadoes, we don't really have any of that. And then day 2 outlook, we do have a much bigger slight risk than we did. And our main threat, we will have hail, but the intensity won't be as great as today. And then we will have that wind, not crazy intense, and then we do have a tornado risk. So about 15% chance for wind and hail, and then a 2% chance for tornadoes. And then we have our day 3 outlook here. We do not have our tornado, wind damage, and hail outlook for this because the National Weather Service still it's too far out. So we do have a slight risk over in places of Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Midland, Texas, and Enid, Oklahoma. You guys are all in the threat for this slight risk. And then we have this huge marginal risk, and this is going to be affecting everybody. I think our main threat is going to be wind and hail. We will have some tornadoes, but it's not going to be that severe. Although I will definitely not roll out 5 to 10 tornadoes on Friday here, so on Thursday here. So let's go into, this is our day 4 outlook, and we do have a 30% chance for severe weather, guys. The SPC rarely does this, so this tells me that we have some very significant severe weather coming over here in places of Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Overland Park, Kansas, and Kansas City, Kansas. I'm all worried for you guys as you are in this 30% chance. I think our main threat is going to be tornadoes and winds, as we are going to have that line of storms moving. We're going to basically have supercells form during the daytime heating, and then they're going to form into a line, and they are going to get very strong, which is why I think wind damage is going to be a major threat, and tornadoes is going to also be a major threat. We will have some pretty large hail. Basically, this is just going to be a very big severe weather day, so make sure to be prepared, as I'll be talking about this storm a lot. This is a multi-day severe weather outbreak. This is what the radar this is what the radar could look like over the next 2 weeks here. We're gonna definitely have these Alberta clippers coming over here from around Washington, Oregon, and they are going to bring low pressure systems, and that's gonna form some of these winter storms, especially over here in the Great Lakes, Minnesota, places of South Dakota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Michigan. All of you guys are going to have the possibility for winter storms due to all this moisture coming up and feeding these low pressure systems. And those low pressure systems are also going to be causing this severe weather down here. And we're just going to have days upon days of severe weather slam the southern and mid plains here. And this is really going to create a lot of problems. Look at that little system form right there. We are definitely going to have a lot of winter storms and a lot of severe weather over the next week or two, and this is a growing pattern. It's looking like this is gonna stay. It's going to be like this for a while, so make sure to be weather aware and stick around, as we are going to be talking more about those winter storms and more about these tornadoes, severe weather, all that stuff. So make sure to stick around, as I am going to be talking about this severe weather and the winter storms later in this video, so make sure to stick around. And this does look like a growing pattern, and it's looking like it's going to stay like this for about 2 or 3 weeks or so, all the way through March. Speaking of moisture, we are going to have a lot of moisture. We definitely have a lot of moisture down here. We're into the 60s, some places getting into the 70s for our dew points. And this is a lot of moisture feeding up into the south, and when that cold front or low pressure system hits this area, it's basically a dry line, and it's going to squeeze out all that water, and where does it go? It falls, and that's where we are going to get our storms. And it's not looking good, as we could be seeing a lot of rain over the next 2 weeks or so. This is how much rain we could be seeing by the end of the week here, guys. And we could be seeing anywhere from 1 to 5 inches of rain across much of Texas, places like Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, up here in the Ohio Valley, up here into parts of Dixie Alley. And look at Louisiana, parts of Louisiana getting up to 4 to 5 inches of rain, guys. This is not looking good. Any amount of rain in a short period of time will cause flooding, so make sure when you see flooded roadways, turn around, do not drown. And with that ridge, we are going to see a lot of warm air. This is what I'm saying, warm, moist air, and cold, dry air. That's where I get it from. And we're gonna be into the 70s, 80s for our temperatures, and some places reaching into the 90s, guys. I've seen, here's an example of getting into the 90s across Texas here. It's going to be very, very warm. May feel cool out today, but it is about to warm up a lot more. It seems like it's going to stick around for a while, which is why I do think winter is pretty much over and the groundhog should be fired. Now, this is what the National Weather Service thinks about the temperatures warming up, and we have all of the South really in this above average temperature for our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. And look how warm it is going to be over here, guys. We are well above average in the southeast, across the east. And then if you notice up here in places of Washington, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, it's going to be very cold. And that is because we are going to try to have this cold trough come in. But when that happens, we're going to fire up some severe weather down here in the plains, and we are going to see some snow up here in the Great Lakes, the Midwest, and even up into Canada. So that's something that that is something that the National Weather Service is pointing out. Speaking of snow, it seems like we are going to have some snow over here, especially in the Rockies, places of South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, up here into Canada, and then parts of the Great Lakes, especially if you live in the UP of Michigan. You guys could be seeing some snow around a trace, not too much, as we do have that huge ridge building up. And we could even see some snow back here in the Northeast. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw an inch or two, maybe even 3 or 4 inches of snow back into the Northeast there. So definitely, we're going to have some snow. If you live up north, if you live way up north, definitely we could see some snow. If you live in the plains, it's going to be very, very warm, and we are going to have that severe weather. And if you live in the southeast, or you live in the Ohio Valley, be prepared for some rain later and some more thunderstorms later, and it's going to be very warm. Now let's start talking about some of this severe weather here. Some of us are going to have 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram of CAPE. That is basically thunderstorm energy, or convective available potential energy, as we meteorologists like to call it. And we're definitely going to have a lot of CAPE over here in places of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. Now these guys probably won't see any severe weather, but I wouldn't rule out a shower or maybe a passing thunderstorm. But really what we're going to be talking about is our severe weather over here in places of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska. All of you guys are in the threat for this severe weather. This is our supercell composite. So this is basically how much supercells we could be having at the surface here. And we definitely have a value of 3 to 5 supercells here in a given 12-kilometer range. And we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of supercells over here, and then I do think this is going to form into a line of storm. This is our significant tornado. This is our significant tornado parameter, and this is how many tornadoes we could be seeing over here. And we definitely do have a lot of that spinning of the atmosphere. We're going to have a lot of wind shear over here in Kansas, and I'm worried for you guys. I do have a cousin that lives over here in Kansas, so if you're watching this video, please be prepared for Friday, as it's looking like we are going to have this little knot of just tornadoes possible moving over your guys' area. These guys live in Kansas City over here, so make sure to please get your things ready, get your emergency kit, get all that stuff. Do not procrastinate on this type of stuff, because you get a tornado warning, you only have on average about 5 to 10 minutes to get ready, and again, that's not a crazy amount of time. So make sure to be prepared. Don't be scared, be prepared. This is what our composite reflectivity could look like over the next 3 days or so with these severe weather. It seems like for the next 3 days, this is not including Friday, we could see some supercells fire up over here in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. I am worried for you guys, as we are going to have a lot of supercells firing up. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Really does help my channel out. That way we can get some new stuff and really build this channel. Thank you guys so much for 368 subscribers. That's pretty much it for today. If you like this video, make sure to like, and make sure to comment down below if you like tornadoes or not. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.